Hi everybody, it's Shimri from Life Coaches Toolbox in the Advanced Lightworkers discussion group, and here with me today is my shaman, Jonathan, who is an awesomely talented shaman, and I constantly recommend him on group because he's really fantastic and really great.
Thank you.
So today we're going to have a bit of a discussion about protecting yourself, grounding yourself in the mornings, what it's going to do for you, what the benefits of it are, and then we'll maybe look at a few advanced grounding techniques as well. But to kick us off, Jonathan's going to start off explaining the basics of grounding, and any little snuffles you hear is the little dog who's sitting here with us and participating in the video.
Hi. Okay, let's go through grounding. Big common word, everyone says ground ourselves. We must ground before we meditate or before or after any spiritual experience. But a lot of people battle with the concept of grounding.
Okay, so what is the point of grounding? Let's start there. Why do people need to ground?
Two reasons. One is we live in the physical world.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to maintain ourselves in the physical world. Secondly, if we go on a spiritual, whether it be a journey, a shamanic journey, or we go on a meditation or whatever, we go into the spiritual world. And if we're not grounded, we're going to remain in the spiritual world and battle with the physical world.
So how's that going to affect you? I would imagine it would make it difficult to focus at work, for example.
Correct. And also focus on your relationships. And then everything becomes overwhelming.
So if you were grounding regularly and you were having problems, say, with your sex drive, is grounding regularly something that could help you reconnect to your partner and your sex drive?
100%.
Okay.
Your sex drive is also through your base chakra, which is the closest to grounding.
Okay, so let's take through it. I'm an absolute newbie and I've never grounded before. Where do I start? Where do I need to be standing? Do I have to have shoes on? Must I be barefoot? Must I go outside?
I think, again, everything is about intention. If we going into the intention of grounding, you don't have to take your shoes off and go and walk on the ground and all of that type of thing. Firstly, say, I need to ground myself. Work out why you need to ground yourself. So, for example, if you're battling with something, as you say, as work, and you're floating, it's time to ground.
So when I set an intention, is it enough for me to say, okay, I want to be more focused and I want to be able to write more easily, so I'm grounding myself for better focus and so that my writing is better. Is that enough for an intention?
That's enough for an intention. Just to say, I need to ground now. Because once you've sent the message out, it's going to come back that you're going to ground.
All right. So then what do? So if you're at work, do you need to take your shoes off? If you live in a high-rise, do you need to go down to the ground floor? Let's start with people's situations. As many people work in high buildings or they live in apartments.
Okay. Ideally, take your shoes off.
Okay.
You need to get into contact with Mother Earth.
All right.
But if you're on the 20th floor of a high-rise, that is going to be anchored into Mother Earth through the foundations.
Okay, all right.
So through the concrete and the steel structure and whatever, you are going to get to Mother Earth.
All right. So the best would be, if you're at work, for example, to go off into the bathroom and just take your shoes off for 2 minutes and stand with your feet on the ground to do the exercise.
Or even sitting in your chair. Take your shoes off, sit comfortably in your chair, feet apart, don't cross them, feet apart, and again, do your intention. I'm now grounding myself in order to achieve XYZ.
Okay. So then what do they do? Is that enough just to do that? Or is there something they need to visualize?
That's the basics. And then the visualizing I find the most easy is to visualize a tree and roots.
Okay.
That you're actually sending roots from your feet into Mother Earth, whether that be the floor, the ground, whatever. Where you actually visualize yourself sitting straight, hooking yourself on the sky hook, as I call it, so that we align ourselves nicely between spiritual and physical, and picture those roots just growing deep into dark, moist, beautiful soil. No wind is going to blow you over, no flood is going to wash it away, just nice and deep. And as you get more into it, the roots go deeper and deeper and deeper, until you ground yourself.
So let's talk about the skyhook for a second, because a lot of grounding techniques will talk to you about sending roots down and all of that. How important is it that they also remember to send a hook up to their higher self, or to source, or to God? What would the effects be of grounding only without remembering to send this up?
As I say, we live in the physical and the spiritual. If we only ground ourselves, we're only going to ground ourselves in the physical world. So when we hook ourselves up, if you imagine this hook on your head with this imaginary cord that hooks to the higher and grounds to the lower, you get a balance between the two worlds, as opposed to only being on the spiritual or only being on the physical side.
Okay, that's really important. So one of the things that I like to use instead of a hook, and I mention this quite a lot in the group, is I call down a channel of light from my higher self called an interdimensional cone of light. It's a Pleiadian lightwork practice, and with that I set the intention that it's there for divine access, alignment, and clearing. And then I imagine my higher self above me. Okay, and I imagine Gaia as my lower self, and then I ground to Gaia and I hook to my higher self. So now this is for when you're feeling ungrounded or you need a focus, but this could be used as a daily practice as well. It's probably a pretty good daily practice. Would you recommend it?
And more than once a day.
And more than once a day. So like prayers, maybe in the morning and at night. So one of the things that I do, and I don't know if this is necessarily the right thing to do, but I put a diamond bubble around me. So that sits around me, and then in the physical world, I link to all the other things that are important to me, my daughter, my home, my dog, everything I want to protect, all the assets, my business, things like that. I connect to them so that they're all protected by the diamond bubble. And then I imagine my higher self above the diamond bubble, Gaia below that I'm anchoring to, and then I flood forgiveness through my higher self to the entire world every day. And we've spoken about a lot of these practices on the group, but do you have other suggestions for people who would like to incorporate that kind of protection?
Yeah, protection, again, sometimes we overanalyze protection. Sometimes accidents happen. If you have a car crash, it could just be an accident.
Yes.
So don't overanalyze that you're in the space that you need protection. And also bring in that protection again about intention. What is the intention? Do you need protection? Yes, most of us do. And the bubble idea is great. You can also use the egg with a blue light around you in the form of an egg. Okay. Because the egg is symbolizing new birth, that type of thing. It's protecting the embryo.
Talking about the colours for a second, a lot of people get their own ideas. Kind of they get the suggestion in their mind that their intuition says use purple or use pink. Is it safe to go with that, or do you have to stick with what this person said?
No, I think whatever resonates with you is the colour that you need right then. All your chakras have definite colours, as we know, and that's from eons back that it's been proven. But if you prefer the royal blue, use the royal blue. If you prefer the red, use the red. Whichever one resonates with you.
Okay, that's perfect. All right, guys. So that's us for grounding basics and protection basics. Like we've said, you need to focus mostly on the intention, and you need to think about why you're doing this, the reasons that you're doing this, and trust your intuition. The color that comes up is the color that's right for you. The material that comes up is the material that's right for you. You really cannot do this in a wrong way. So trust yourself, put yourself out there, and if you need to reach me, I'm on Life Coach's Toolbox. Jono can be reached on
thesoulhealers.co.za.
And we're also contactable via Facebook and the Advanced Lightworkers discussion group. Looking forward to seeing you next time.
Lots of blessings.
Namaste.